You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders. I'm beginning to really believe that Shedeur has a grasp on exactly where he is in the Browns pecking order right now. And so he's starting to do some things, put in some extra time to try to get a leg up. Preseason is going to be so interesting. I mean, it's going to be so interesting. I did a video last night. Mac Jones is trying to make a comeback with the Niners. Shedeur Sanders. We're going to get to see a lot of interesting quarterbacks play during the preseason. Shedeur Sanders, one. Dillon Gabriel on the Browns team is another. But there's going to be some interesting guys out there to keep an eye on. And the Shedeur Sanders thing is obviously, it's arguably the biggest story going into the NFL season. I'm not sure people understand that. I mean, I can tell just from the analytics on this channel, Shedeur Sanders versus any other content, 3-to-1 views, usually 4-to-1 views. I mean, that's unusual. I mean, I recognize that kind of thing. I've seen it with other athletes, and it's not common. Trust me, from 5 years of running 5 YouTube channels, you spot it very quickly. You do. So here we go. Initially to be the first-round pick in the 2025 draft, son of Hall of Fame cornerback Dillon Sanders suffered a monstrous slide all the way down to the 5th round. We know that. And we know he's in a battle with Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and Joe Flacco. Again, I believe that Joe Flacco has won the job already. That's my personal opinion. There's a lot of fire out there about Kenny Pickett. I still don't get it. I won't get it. I mean, I know there's word that Kevin Stefanski likes Pickett, but Stefanski also really likes Dillon Gabriel. So it's going to be, and I've said from the get-go, Shedeur Sanders is a Jimmy Haslam pick. He's a pick of the owner because the owner can see dollar signs. And I mean, this is a business. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. So June's mandatory minicamp, Sanders was identified as being the 4-string quarterback on the Browns depth chart. Ooh. Since responding to some kids quizzing him on whether he will be the starter with the blunt, quote, "we got preseason first" response, it appears that Sanders has taken some extra precautions this offseason to boost his chances of securing the coveted spot. There's some video to this, by the way, I think. We're going to check it out. Sanders has been spotted putting in work in Miami with Darren Colbert Jr., the founder of Select Quarterback Athletics and longtime friend of the Sanders family. Colbert Jr. told the Rich Eisen show prior to the 2025 draft in May that he met with Sanders when he was in middle school and went on to reveal that the quarterback has always had a strong work ethic. Quote, "The very first time that I met him was actually when he was in middle school. Back then, Shedeur wanted just to come out and work out. His brother, Dillon Jr., obviously played receiver at that time, so he would come to SMU and throw with him." Quote, "So I got there, me and him created a relationship. He would come out there and throw with me when I was out there throwing, or come work out with me. And then once I got done playing ball, got into training, he was like, shoot, I'm training with you. I want to train with you." So this is a picture right here of him out there training. And let's just check it out. There's video to this. Dov Cleveland put this up. All right. Here we go.
What's up? Right. Go, son. First. Ball. close. Stay close. Got it. Open the left. Keep the left closed.
I got a couple pairs
For now. What's that? Right. 10%. You hit a motherfucker. Hey, I was at top 10%. Right. What's that? Right.
All right. So there were obviously some highlights of him training with this, I assume, presumed quarterback guru. I will tell you one thing from watching that, and it's something we've talked about before from what I've seen from mini camp and OTAs. And when he was at Colorado, he's got really, really good ball placement, generally speaking. And if you're that accurate, you got a chance. All right. If I was to ask for one quality of an NFL quarterback coming in, one natural quality, it would be that they're ultra accurate. If you're ultra accurate, you got a chance with that for everything else. Now, it helps to have a good arm because there's certain routes you need to be able to, an out route and throw the ball. Yeah, you may be accurate, but if your release is too slow or you don't have enough ball speed, cornerback's taking that ball back for a pick six. He's only got an average arm, all right? It's not a bad arm, but it's an average arm. If he had Brett Favre's cannon on top of his accuracy, holy shit. The sky would be the limit here. But so far, so good. He's doing the right things outside of getting speeding tickets. And see, that's the problem with having gotten those. I've got to bring that up because that's when you're a quarterback, that's part of it, is you got to have ultra maturity. Ultra maturity. By the way, Cam Newton weighed in here. Quote, I have the utmost respect for Coach Prime and the way the father has kind of engulfed his kids in a way that we all as parents want to make sure that our kids are protected and taken care of. But there's also certain things that when you put a microscope to, you're playing quarterback, you're going to the league, there's certain things that you've got to incorporate too. There's so much reliability to what Shedeur went through that I can relate to as well. Some people may not like you. You got to be fine with that. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be haters out there. And look, people like me that's going to be critical when you bleep up. You believe it. You mess up, it's going up. It's going up on the channel. Plain and simple. But if you excel, it's going up on the channel, by the same token. So, I get it. Out there throwing in the rain, I like that. I do. Of course, you're in Miami. I mean, it's 97% humidity out there anyway, but if you watch his throws, well, he's hitting them guys in the hands in the perfect spots. And that's going to help. It is. Question is, are you getting your receivers from Cleveland together down there? Because that's what I don't know. I don't really know the protocol with that. I know that's a veteran quarterback thing. But if I'm Shedeur, I'm calling 3 or 4 of my receivers in Cleveland being like, hey, come to Miami. Let's throw for 2 or 3 days. Call Dillon Gabriel. Call your quarterbacks, Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, and tell them all and holler at your dad that's got all that money. That would be a big deal to call the quarterbacks he's competing against. Hell, call the offensive unit to Miami and put in 2 days. I think that kind of thing is a big deal. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time. Before we jump in, make sure you go to our merch store our Make Basketball Great Again shirt, and our newest shirt that just came out. Both shirts are brand new. The American Flag Skull Fever Enforcer shirt. And use promo code CC22 for 20% off.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.